You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming. As some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Remake, Sissel's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel and get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. All that for as little as $5, y'all. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back into it. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. I watched Sissel's face with concern. The five of us left the ballroom with the high of victory in our hearts, but Sissel, that fixation on that golden cup, it was painfully familiar. Can you believe it? I actually managed to win the regionals! He held the gold trophy up to the light with a wide grin. All my life, I thought I wouldn't get anywhere, but I finally managed to achieve something. I swallowed my nervousness rising in my throat. The feeling of victory is still fresh. It'd be rude to act like a pessimistic downer. I'll talk to him about this later. I was pulled out of my thoughts when Herschel barreled out of the crowd looking frazzled. Oh, thank fuck! Finally found y'all! Boss, where have you been? At the nurse's office. Had to grab a first aid kit. Herschel pulled a bewildered Sissel aside and sat him down on a nearby bench. He wrenched the golden trophy from Sissel's grip and examined his hands with concern. What were you thinking, sticking your hands in freeze spray for so long? Are you trying to give yourself frostbite? I glanced at Sissel's hands and felt a sinking feeling in my stomach. All his fingers looked painfully red and stiff. Sissel yelped in discomfort as Herschel gently pried open his hands and applied cream from his first aid kit. I was just doing what I needed to do to win. Herschel glanced at the small golden trophy lying next to Sissel and sighed. Yeah, I know. Honestly, you did an amazing job. But that was reckless. I'm real proud of you, Sissy, but that ain't stopping me from worrying. He closed up his first aid kit and stared at Sissel intently. You're always gonna be a winner in my book. And this here is just an empty cup. Ain't nothing worth breaking yourself over, right? Sissel stared down at his bandaged hand with a little guilt. Yeah, I'll be more careful next time. Herschel laughed and tousled Sissel's hair playfully. I'll hold you to that. Anyway, wasn't there something you were supposed to do after you won? Huh? What do you mean? You were supposed to, you know. Herschel elbowed Sissel and cocked his eyebrow in my direction. Ask someone something? Sissel glanced over to me blankly. Huh? Oh my god. Oh, come on, Sissel, you've been talking about this all week. Ask him the thing! Philip just shrugged and gave Sissel two big thumbs up. Oh! Sissel's ears stood straight up as realization dawned on him. He quickly stood up and faced me. His face was glowing as red as an overcooked lobster. So, Adrian. Yes? He said yes! Sis, you didn't even ask him the thing yet. Oh, right. Sissel cleared his throat loudly. His rabbit ears flicked with nervous energy while he fidgeted for a minute. He was having a lot of trouble looking me in the eye. It was an adorable sight. Will you, what I wanted to ask was, do you want to go out? Go where? Sissel spluttered, ears drooping as he frantically tried to find his words. You know, go out with... Oh god, he was starting to hyperventilate. It was like watching a red balloon getting overinflated with anxiety. Are you okay? Adrian, will you go out with... I can't fucking do it! Sissel screeched into the air like a pterodactyl, face beet red as he shoved past me. Wait, what? I'll ask you tomorrow. See you later. And with that, he disappeared out the door. Sissel.exe has stopped working. Where do you think you're going? School wasn't even over yet. Repeat. Alright, looks like that worked out pretty well. Day 11. Not your typical date. Oh, we're going out on a date finally. After a long visitor's day, everyone retreated back to their rooms, completely exhausted. I haven't seen Sissel since he retreated from the ballroom in a flustered huff. Hope he's doing okay. All in all, things went fairly smoothly today. Sissel won the regional competition and had a shot at the nationals, and the remnant was nowhere to be seen after Haley tackled him out the window. It's like, you know, water time. And Echo? I sighed and buried my face into my pillow. I guess all that's left was to help Herschel confess everything to Sissel. It was something I was not looking forward to. Suddenly my phone rang. Fumbling around blindly, I caught the sound of Jenny's voice. She sounded very shifty. Hey, Adrian, I have a hypothetical question. Hypothetically, if a guy asked you out, what's the sexiest outfit he could wear to persuade you? Like, what kind of outfit just makes you go, hot damn? Asking for a friend. Hypothetically, of course. Well, it'd depend on who's asking. Come on, Adrian, throw me a bone here. My hypothetical friend needs a confidence booster here. Well, let me think. A hot outfit, huh? A luge stripper outfit. Fancy for more of the cute bow tie. Leather jacket with tight pants. I think Sissel was really good at this. Maybe something on the fancier and formal side. Like, I like me some well-dressed men. You're so old-fashioned. How fancy and formal are we talking here? There'll be a nice tuxedo and a cute tie, but he should be handsomely disheveled. The jacket should be unbuttoned a little to expose just enough chest. Be fancy, but just saucy enough to show off some confidence, you know? Like a Prince Charming coming to sweep me off my feet. Really? A tuxedo? Dude, it's like 95 degrees out this week. Actually, that's a good point. I want to know what he looks like with it off. Prince Charming's gonna die from heat stroke and y'all can join me in the hospital. Well, I guess he can take it off after asking me out. There's a scribbling sound on the phone, as though Jenny was taking notes. Ask him out in a tux, and then strip during the date. Man, you're more blunt and forward than I expected. That's not what I said! Sounds like a fun date, though. Let me know how it goes. Hypothetically, of course. What? Wait, Jenny, I didn't mean... Hello? Jenny? The phone fell silent. I was left pondering what kind of madman called at 2 a.m. to ask these kinds of weird questions. Still groggy, I flopped back into my bed and closed my eyes. I'll worry about it in the morning. As soon as the first waves of sleep washed over me, I felt a faint shiver travel down my spine. I groaned and sat up to see Haley floating at the foot of my bed. Can't a guy catch some sleep in peace? What do you want? Haley sighed as she dusted off her shoulders. I see you survived the day after I handled the remnant. You're welcome, by the way. You're ever the grateful one. Handled the image of Haley tackling the remnant out the window came to mind. I squinted at her begrudgingly. Thanks for taking care of us today. What ended up happening to the remnant? Haley scratched her shoulders and shrugged. He's been handled. A little piece of him here, a little piece of him over there. Honestly, most troublesome people are much more manageable when divided into tiny bits. I stared. It's not dead, of course. Cursed wishes don't just die. You have to either fulfill them or cause the wisher to give up on the wish entirely. I simply bought you more time at most. It'll reform sooner or later. Speaking of reforming, I found a little something for you. Haley dug around her pockets before pulling out what looks like a small shard of glass. She gingerly placed it on the palm of my outstretched hand. What's this? It's your wish. What's his name? Echo. Well, it's what's left of him, at least. I found this shard after I ripped open the remnant's stomach. I felt a little nauseous at the thought. The little shard of glass glistened in my hand as I caressed it gently. So, this is a piece of Echo. Yes, keep it with you and it should help Echo reform. Hypothetically, at least. My heart twisted painfully at the sight of his reduced form. I held him close to my ear and whispered to him gently, Hello? Echo? You still there? In the quiet of the dark night, I swore I heard a small voice whisper back a small, Hello. Smiling in spite of myself, I held the little shard close to my chest. With a small glow, the little piece of shooting star sank into my camera like a pebble dropped in water. It's good to have you back, buddy. Second, y'all. Water time. Haley sighed and stood up to leave. That should take care of most of our problems for the time being. Thanks, Haley. It's nice to have you on our side. I stared at her a little closely and frowned. Are you feeling all right? You look upset, more so than usual. Haley turned around sharply with a stern look. I don't feel. Could have fooled me. What do you mean you don't feel? All the other wishes seem to get pretty emotional. Haley fell silent. I once felt all sorts of things. Compassion being one of them. But feeling hurts. Seeing the one you love fall again and again hurt. It was unbearable. At the end of the day, I had a job to do, and the hurt got in the way of things. So I turned it off. Turned it off? What, did you flick a little switch that goes beep boop, parameters recognized, no more feelies for me? I paused suddenly and strained my ears. Faintly in the thick bedroom silence, I heard a faint tick, 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 like a mechanical clockwork. Haley scowled at me and turned to leave. You're an ass. It was foolish of me to talk about this with you of all people. With that, she disappeared into the air, leaving me alone in my dark bedroom. This morning went as normally as mornings could at Girani Academy. My alarm started screaming, thoroughly testing my will to live as I wormed my way out of bed. That was to say, mornings were horrendous at Gerania Academy, or anywhere else. I was halfway through microwaving Pop-Tarts, chocolate-flavored, when Philip and Owen slid cheerfully into the kitchen. The two of them casually greeted me before settling down at the other end of the room. No sarcastic quips, no bickering, no flirting. Perfectly well behaved, like two young gentlemen being watched by their parents. My bullshit radar immediately began screaming like my morning alarm. Alright, what's the cheese? What are you two hiding? I squinted and jabbed my half-eaten Pop-Tart at them suspiciously. Philip shrugged nonchalantly while Owen shot me an over-enthusiastic grin. What do you mean? We're just, innocently enjoying our breakfast from a respectable distance. It's suspicious. You'd usually make a half-dozen innuendos at Philip by now. Philip snickered into his morning coffee. Good point. I'm just enjoying this change of pace, actually. Owen scooted closer to Philip and whispered frantically. Dude, you're supposed to act natural. Owen turned back towards me nervously. Philip and I are just getting along super well these days. Been working through our problems together, taking down emotional walls, etc. We're real bros now, right, man? Owen hung a friendly arm over Philip's shoulder. For once, Philip didn't brush him off as he continued sipping his coffee. Well, I wouldn't go that far. At most, I've learned to tolerate you a little more. Owen looked as though Christmas came early and all of his dreams came true. Did you hear that? He tolerates me now! How did you make that sound with your mouth? The heart. The heart emoji, oh my god. The kitchen door suddenly swung open and an excited Jenny pranced inside. Yo, he's all dressed and ready! Is Adrian here yet? Jenny caught sight of me. Her grin grew even wider. It was kind of scary, really. Jenny, aren't you supposed to be under house arrest? Well, it's technically not real house arrest. And how did you get inside the dorm building? You don't even go here. I stole the keys from Gran. She should really guard her purse a little better. Anyway, I just wanted to spend a morning with my best friends. Nothing wrong or suspicious about that. That's exactly what a suspicious person would say. Ginny ignored me and slid across the room to join Philip and Owen at the table. They all glanced between me and the door expectantly, like a circus audience waiting for the tutu elephant to start dancing. At this point, my bullshit radar was ringing at maximum capacity. Y'all are acting real fishy right now. There was suddenly a knock at the door. Everyone fell silent and stared. 3 pairs of expectant eyes fell upon me as the knocking continued. Well, Adrian? Aren't you gonna get that? Who the hell knocks on the kitchen door? Just come in. I don't know. Looks like they really want someone to answer the door. You can't just leave them waiting. The 3 of them continued staring at me intensely. Peer pressure's a bitch, I thought as I grabbed the doorknob. Like, no, water time. As soon as the door opened, I felt a hand roughly shove me backwards. Hey, what was that for? Sissel unceremoniously waltzed in, swept me off my feet, and then pinned me against the kitchen wall with a suave grin. He moved so smoothly that it was obvious he rehearsed this dozens of times before doing it to me. I lifted my head and suddenly caught sight of what he was wearing. Oh my! Now that is quite an outfit. Morning, Adrian. Woof! Is it hot in here, or is it just you? I just stood there, gaping like a speechless goldfish. You know what's on the menu tonight? Me and you. You want raisins for dinner tonight? Because we can make it a date. What the fuck? It's terrible. I'm asking you out, I think. More silence. You want to go on a date with me tonight? I got this fancy dinner reservation, and it'd be cool if you could come with me. I just kind of really like you a lot, and... At this point, I burst out laughing hysterically. Oh my god, you actually wore the damn outfit! I managed to hack out a few words between gasping laughs. Sissel's face was a whole new level of red. Well, you said you thought dudes wearing this kind of stuff was hot. Oh fuck, I knew this was a stupid idea. Sissel hung his head in embarrassment. Aww. Oh, that's cute. I swiftly cupped Sissel's cheek and raised his head to look him in the eyes. Hey now, I never said no, did I? Sissel's ears perked up. You mean... Hell yeah, I'd go on a date with you. Couldn't have asked for a better guy to be with. If possible, Sissel's face transcended the color spectrum into an entirely new shade of pink. A genuine happy smile spread across his face. Thanks, Adrian. Woohoo! Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!